guys, welcome back to another Pink Floyd reaction. This time we're doing Animals. A lot of you guys had some criticisms about Wish You Were Here reaction because I didn't do that much research in it beforehand. So this time I did a bit of research before listening to it. So supposedly this whole song is a bit like Animal Farm by George Orwell, where there's three types of people in the world: dogs, pigs, and sheep. Pigs kind of being the politicians, from what I understand, the rulers, if you will. The dogs being the mavericks, the people that, if you don't mind my language, don't take shit, try and find their own way into life, do whatever it takes to make it to the top. And the sheep are the obedient ones, the blindly obedient ones that typically follow the pigs. That is what I understand. I read George Orwell's Animal Farm about a year ago, and I did some research into this, and they basically said that this album, it sort of follows the same story, but in a lot more graphic and blunt detail, which I'm looking forward to. I also hear that this song is the best instrumentally for Pink Floyd. Before, if you saw my reactions about Dark Side of the Moon, oh my god, I was freaking out about how good the guitar is, the drums, the piano, the saxophone. So I'm looking forward to somehow finding an even better instrumental piece in Animals. The songs are really long in this one, dogs being 17 minutes, pigs being 11 minutes, sheep being 10 minutes, and then there's there's a 1 minute song at the beginning and a 1 minute song at the end called Pigs on the Wing 1 and 2. By the way guys, I'm sure it's frustrating. If you guys are avid Pink Floyd fans and you got some amateur, probably speaking nonsense, probably speaking uneducated nonsense, I understand it's frustrating and I'm sorry. But this is what I mean. It's my first time experiencing this world, experiencing this band. If you guys have any notes or any more information that you guys want me to know, drop it down in the comments. I'll give it a read. Because the next album that we're doing is The Wall, which from what I see is their biggest. Maybe not their best. Dark Side of the Moon I hear is the best. But this has their biggest songs. Comfortably Numb, Hey You, Another Brick in the Wall. All three songs which I know, but there's so much more to it. But we're talking about Animals here. In fact, we're just going to jump straight into it. Animals by Pink Floyd. Arguably the most experimental, arguably the most message-driven, and arguably the most instrumentally talented. Okay, you guys will be happy to know as well I got a brand new microphone. A lot of people were quite upset with how loud this was, which I understand, but thankfully we've got a proper microphone now, so hopefully it won't be too painful to the ears. Either way, let's jump into this. Animals by Pink Floyd. We're probably in for a long ride. Let's get straight into it with Pigs on the Wing 1. In fact, you guys did say to look at the lyrics for this one, so I'll do that throughout this entire album.
If you didn't care, what happened to me? And I didn't care. But you.
I love the recording of this guitar. Sounds so clean, so crisp.
We would zigzag away through the bottom of pain, occasionally glancing up through the rain, wondering which of the brothers to blame. And watching for pigs on the wing.
Okay, so this one doesn't flow into each other. I'm sure this has a lot of meaning, these lyrics. I'll move on to the next one, which is Dogs, the longest song of the album. But if you didn't care what happened to me and I didn't care for you, we'd zigzag away through the boredom of plane, wondering which of the buggers to blame. Is this about a breakup? Or is this something related to the kind of George Orwellian world, potentially? It seems to me like a typical breakup. You break up, you kind of blame each other, but then you may blame yourself, or maybe I should have done this better. Yeah, but you did this, which I wasn't liking, and, you know, it kind of dragged me away from you. Could it be one of those type of things? Could it be a personal thing right now that what I believe is Roger Waters singing about a breakup, a divorce? Or was I completely wrong? Because the pigs on the wing, I don't understand, considering that the pigs are meant to be this kind of corrupting figure. Either way, nice. Beautiful guitar. Let's move on to the next one. Dogs by Pink Floyd. Once again, beautiful acoustic guitar. You barely heard that in the last two albums, except for Wish You Were Here, of course. It sounds beautiful here. And I'm going to read the lyrics as they're said. I'm not going to try and read them beforehand, read the entire paragraph here. I'm just going to wait until he says it.
You got to be crazy. You gotta have a real need. Gotta sleep on your toes. And when you're on the street, you got to be able to pick out the easy meat with your eyes closed.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Then moving in silently downwind and out of sight. You got to strike when the moment is right without thinking.
I'm liking these lyrics a lot so far.
And after a while,
Woo! Woo!
you can work on points for style, like a club tie and the firm handshake, a sudden look in the eye and an easy smile.
Interesting.
You have to be trusted by the people that you lie to, so that when they turn their backs on you, you'll get the
Ooh.
chance to put
Brutally true. Whoa! Wow! Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is a unique style. Screaming in the back.
You gotta keep running,
I love that guitar solo.
looking over your shoulder. You know it's gonna get harder, harder, harder as you get older. Yeah, and in the end you'll pack up, fly down south, and hide your head in the sand. Just another sad old man, all alone.
Whoa.
Dying of cancer.
Whoa! Am I able to pause it very quickly? Oh! Okay, I want to pause it. It seems very deep. It seems like one of those things you need to listen to in one piece, at least. Definitely not speak over. So I'm going to have to pause it when I want to say something, and I'll make it quick so you guys can listen to it to, alongside me. Unbelievable lyrics and unbelievably true lyrics, kind of bluntly and brutally true. You've got to gain trust from people. You need to gain people's trust so you can effectively lie to them and get what you want from them and make them believe what you want them to believe so that you can get what you want. That is a really, really, really smart line. And I love that it's obviously very much referencing to the way a dog lives. You're kind of moving in silently, downwind and out of sight. You kind of, don't let anybody know your intentions. Never let anybody know your intentions. Trick them. Let them trust you. And don't let them know what you really want so that you can get what you want without them knowing. Very, very interesting. This line. In the end, you'll pack up, fly down south, hide your head in the sand, just another sad old man all alone and dying of cancer. Whoa! So is that saying that that's what the dogs become? You push everybody away to get what you want, which is money and power. And when you have what you want, when you're old and you push everyone away to get this money and power, you're just going to be alone. And you're going to die of cancer, which is what everybody does. They die of cancer, they die of old age, they die of other circumstances. And that's going to be you. You're going to die the same, but this time you're going to be alone. That is deep. It's either saying that or it's saying if you don't act like a dog, you're going to die with nothing. Die an unspecial man of cancer. It can be seen as both ways because both ways are true. Super interesting. Super interesting, if I'm honest. And I think it's actually a my generation thing. My generation's very much told on social media, work hard, make money, prioritize nothing else but making money. So that's why I kind of thought that dogs was going to be seen as in a good light. Yeah, make that money. Be the powerful person. Don't be a pig. Definitely don't be a sheep. Be a dog. But it's saying here, yeah, you're going to get money and power, but you're not going to be happy at the end of the day. I'm guessing there is no happiness when you're a dog, pig, or sheep. That's enough talking. Let's continue. And what an unbelievable, unique guitar. That does not sound like the typical David Gilmour guitars. I'm so sorry if I'm talking too much, guys. Let's just get straight into it. But amazing guitar. The synths are incredible here. This is beautiful! I'm almost floating off of my seat right now. Whoa! He makes his guitar sing for him. That is beautiful. Oh my god, that was a beautiful piece. Nick Mason is putting on a great shift. Oh, I love this. You're hearing the dogs in the back. I'm loving that. This is art. Once again, certainly not background music. You need to listen to this song. So I need to be quiet. Oh, he's just having fun with the guitar now. lyrics, Jesus.
You'll reap the harvest you have sown. And as the fear grows, the bad blood slows and turns to stone.
I love this so much.
And it's too late to lose the weight you used to need to throw around.
Ooh, what a line!
So have a good drown as you go down all alone, dragged down by the stone.
Whoa, changing up styles completely. Let me very quickly pause it again. I don't want to speak over this masterpiece so far. I tell you what the difficulty is with the song, and it's a positive difficulty. The positive difficulty is that the guitar and the synths and the bass and the drums are so unbelievably good that I have to be quiet and listen to it and appreciate it. And then I think, okay, maybe when this amazing music has a little bit of a break, like it does now, maybe I can speak to you guys. But then immediately after, it comes with the hardest hitting, most poetically written lyrics. So it's really hard to be able to talk to you guys. Let me just quickly go back. This is one of my favorite lines I've ever listened to in a Pink Floyd song. It's too late to lose the weight you used to need to throw around. Ho 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 ho! What a banger of a line. And I guess this all kind of relates, once again, you go down all alone. It's basically saying, if you act like a dog, you're going to get what you want, but you're pushing everybody away. And when you're old and want to retire, you have nobody around you. And when it comes time to die, you still have nobody around you. No one likes you. You were an arsehole. You were a backstabber. You got what you want, but you stabbed a lot of people in the back to get there. Wow. The bad blood slows and turns to stone, drags you down. Jesus. That guitar as well. I want to get straight back into this. That guitar was almost kind of causing waves in my head. Unbelievable. Let's continue with this. Not even halfway through the song yet. It's going on a lot about the stone. They're drugging this out a lot. I'm guessing this is one of those songs that you just kind of do close your eyes for and experience. The dogs are back. I love that. I love that they add a kind of ambience to it, if you will, an atmosphere to it. Brings you in that world of the story they're trying to tell. It's really good so far. They love their synths. And I'm liking these synths too. This has been going on for a long time. There's like a shepherd whistling. Could the shepherd be Death? Death's calling them? Maybe. Maybe it could be that Death is calling them. The dogs are getting more intense. Woo! Back to the acoustic guitar. Such a beautiful guitar.
Gotta admit that I'm a little bit confused.
Completely different style of singing.
Sometimes it seems to me as if I'm just being used. Gotta stay awake, gotta try and shake off this creeping malaise. If I don't stand my own ground, how can I find my way out of this maze? Deaf, dumb, and blind. You just keep on pretending that everyone's expendable and no one has a real friend. And it seems to you the thing to do would be to isolate the winner. Everything's done under the sun. And you'll believe at heart everyone's a coward.
Whoa! Oh my god. This is such a unique guitar solo. What the hell is going on? Oh my god. This is sapping all my energy out of me. I'm so happy they came back to this piece. Nick Mason and the drums. What an unbelievable guitar solo. Is there more?
Who was born in a house full of pain? Who was trained not to spit in the fan? Who was told what to do by the man? Who was broken by trained personnel? Who was fitted with collar and chain? Who was given a pat on the back?
I think I see.
Who was breaking away from the pack? Who was only a stranger at home? Who was ground down in the end? Who was found dead on the pond? Who was dragged down by the stone?
Once again, dragged down by the stone.
Who was dragged down by the stone?
What a way to end the song. Whoa, I need to debrief after that song. Whoa, you guys were not lying. That is the deepest song lyrically that I've ever heard. Probably ever. My God, probably ever heard. So this last segment here of all the questions of who was X, who was born in a house full of pain, who was broken by trained personnel, who was given a pat on the back. It's kind of all the hurt people in their life, the people with kind of, I guess you could say, childhood trauma, which people nowadays call it. Is this trying to say all people that are dogs or people who are dogs have some sort of pain in their life that causes them to become this unfriendly, in it for themselves backstabber that just wants to get what they want? Is that what it's saying? And in the end, you will get dragged down by the stone. In the end, this loveless mantra that you hold throughout your life will drag you down in the end, and you'll be all alone, just like how you started. Damn, if that's correct, what a deep line, what a deep thought. If I'm incorrect, I'm sure that it's equally as deep. But instrumentally, that guitar is weird, right? It's probably the best guitar work I've ever heard. But it's not that real mind-shattering guitar solo. It's absolutely unbelievable, but it's not like a comfortably numb, which I do know, where you're floating a billion miles in the air when you're hearing that solo because of how breathtakingly good it is. This is an unbelievable guitar solo, but it's more, how do I say it? Like the guitar does the singing for David Gilmour. It's like someone coming out with this Nessun Dorma style singing, but through the guitar. Super emotional, super hard hitting, lyrically and instrumentally. I see why people speak so highly of Animals. And we just listened to the first proper song. The first proper song. It's the most listened to one on Spotify. And I understand that, and it's the longest one. It didn't really feel like 17 minutes. Now, there was that period where you heard the barking and the shepherd, which, as I said, I think is about death, maybe, because it keeps talking about how you're going to die alone of cancer, you're going to get dragged down by the stone. Is the shepherd essentially calling the dogs in? Is death calling the dogs in? Now's your time. Could it be that? But this line as well. No one has a real friend. It seems to you the thing to do would be to isolate the winner. I like that line a lot. Where a lot of people are like, let me just find the most successful person and leech myself onto them. Forget everybody else. I have no friends. There are no friends in this game. Everyone just stabs each other in the back. Let me find the most successful and leech onto them. Could it be that? My word! And now we're on to something I find very interesting, which is pigs. In the Animal Farm book, I find sheep the most interesting. And in our world, there are obviously a lot of sheep. They believe what they're told. They don't listen to others. They only believe essentially what they read. They don't do any critical thinking for themselves. They don't question what they're told to believe. That interests me a lot in this world. And I'm looking forward to see what they have to say in that song of sheep. But the next one is pigs. So I say we just jump straight into that. Okay. Ooh. Just like time, it's starting to cook. It's kind of like a circus vibe, which may be what they want. It's all a game to the pigs. They're putting on a show for the sheep. Ooh. That bass is nice. Sorry, let me go to the top of the song.
Pig man, pig man, ha-ha, charade you are.
Unique way of singing. Oh, what a beat.
Woo! You well-heeled pig wheel, ha-ha, charade you are.
It's all a circus to the pigs. That's what I'm getting from the lyrics.
And when your hand is on your heart,
Woo!
let me out of your good love. Almost a juggler. Head down in the pit bin, saying, keep on digging. Pig stay on your fat chin. While though you're all to find, down in the pit mine, you're nearly alive. You're nearly alive, but you really cry.
Sorry. And I'm sorry for stopping that because a beautiful little piano swipe just happened. Super relevant. This is like a almost 50-year-old album. Super relevant. And it's probably been relevant since it came out and probably for many decades before that. They're kind of lying by the pigs. The pigs are living up. I'm guessing politicians are living it up. And they're lying to you. They're telling you, they're taxing you. Give me more tax. Work harder. Give us more tax. And they're just living it up. Living it up. And lying to your faces and almost laughing in front of your faces. I'm assuming that's what it's saying so far. The corruption of politicians. I'm assuming this is about politics. I always gathered, Animal Farm is essentially about the politicians being greedy and feeding off of the people. Let's continue. Super real world political. This song. Ooh.
Bust up rat band, ha-ha, charade you are. You fucked up old head, ha-ha, charade you are.
Very quickly, I'm guessing that's Margaret Thatcher. Was Margaret Thatcher Prime Minister in the mid-70s when this came out? If so, I'm guessing Roger, not a fan at all of Margaret Thatcher. This is very well real-world politics. Dogs was more real-world society. Psychology, if you will.
You radiate cold shafts of broken glass.
You're nearly a good life, almost worth the crippling. You like the feel of steel. Your heart's snuff with a hat pin. A good feel with a handgun. You're nearly alive. You're nearly alive, but you really ain't crying.
Oh my god, instrumentally this is amazing. Oh my god! Like hard hitting, just like the lyrics. This beat is too. Ooh. You're hearing the pig snorting in the back. Oh, I love this. I don't know how they would have done this in the 70s. The bass. This is gritty. Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god, this is such a cool part of the song. Oh my god, that was a gritty part of the song. The bass the entire time. Roger Waters is a master with that bass. Oh, we're at the back at the start of the song. In Dogs, they went back to the same guitar solo and acoustic guitar. They're going back to the start here too. world politics. All a charade is what it's saying. Everyone's lying for their own benefit. Similar to the dogs, though.
You house proud town, my house. Ha ha, charade you are. You're trying to keep our
Whoa.
feelings off the street.
Whoa!
You're nearly a real treat. All tight lips and cold feet. I know you feel abused.
This segment here, unbelievable. Trying to keep our feelings off the street. And do you feel abused? Is that the pig saying to the sheep or the people, do you feel abused? Because there's a lot of things that cannot be said. There's a lot of things that are muted in our media. A lot of things that are muted on our streets. And I'm not sure if it's trying to say that the pigs are trying to make victims out of people so that they start infighting and stop focusing on the pigs, on what the pigs are doing. They try and make all the sheep infight with each other instead of focusing on the person that's causing the problems. It could be that. Woo! Deep. Let's continue.
Got to stem the evil tide and keep it on the inside.
Mary.
Bury you nearly a tree. Bury you nearly a tree, but you really a cry.
That's the end of the lyrics, but there's 2 minutes left. I hope it goes back to that gritty moment. Drums too. Oh my God! Oh my God, this bass. Oh my God, everyone, bass, drums, guitar are all at a 10 out of 10 right now. Oh, that bass guitar. That is so good. And I'm guessing it flows into sheep. I'm guessing we're about to flow into sheep right now. Before we do, let's debrief on that one. Whoa. Super relevant to today's world, today's politics, today's society, without me getting too political, of course. It is very accurate. The whole "do you feel abused" that actually resonated with me the most. If you look at it from my view, which no one's asking for, but I'll keep it very brief, everyone's sort of on the same side. Yes, there's left and right, but everyone kind of has the same morality, or at least most people do. But there's a lot of infighting. If you're left, we're arguing. If you're on the right, we're arguing. Left and right is argument, disagree. There was never that hostility before. It's so polarized now. And as that caused the ones above, the media, politicians, everybody's like that, basically causing all the infighting. All these new things, all these new phobias that come out. I don't want to be too political here. I really don't. Because no one's asking for my view, and that's not really the point of the video. Unless it is the point of the album. But, you know, everyone's kind of infighting. There's new problems which are kind of coming out of nowhere. Which everyone's starting to argue about in our society. But at the end of the day, our soul moralities all align. All these other things are distractions. We're arguing about irrelevant things in our world. When there's baseline problems. With crime. With costs. With wars. We all disagree with those. But we're distracted arguing about everything else the pigs tell us to be distracted by. Instead of focusing on the pigs themselves, instead of focusing on their actions, instead of blaming them. Super, super interesting. If you guys disagree with that, if I'm completely wrong in your view or objectively, please let me know. I'm really interested to see what everybody says. I'd love to see you guys disagree, agree, post new opinions, whatever it may be. I'm welcoming it all as always. Let me know. I'm really interested in hearing your guys' opinion on it. What a song! That bass guitar is almost on par with Money's bass guitar, instead of it just sent electric bolts through me with how good that is. Sheep is the last themed song, and then we've got Pigs on the Wing 2. Let's go. This is sounding lovely in my ears. I appreciate keyboards more after listening to Wish You Were Here, and particularly listening to your guys' comments on how much you appreciate the synths. It made me appreciate it more. It's kind of like a creeping bass guitar coming in the back here. It's cooking again. They love to cook. Whoa! Right into it! You just get punched with it. I love how he's holding on to the notes like that. And like blends into a key. Whoa, sorry. Whoa! Oh! Oh my God! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up! Hold up! They are cooking with these lyrics. Whoa! Whoa! Hold up! First of all, I just got spinning wheel kicked to the head with it bouncing right there. These lyrics are unbelievably true and hard hitting. First of all, you better watch out, there may be dogs about. There may be the what? Oh! Is this meant to be the pigs talking to the sheep? Hey, watch out, the dog's here. The dogs being the the people who speak their mind, the ones that aren't following the program, doing it their own way. This is not a political statement. This is not for you to I'm not saying what I agree or disagree with. But the dogs, is that talking about the Charlie Kirks, the Andrew Tates, the Donald Trumps, the people that say it how it is? They're doing it their own way. They're telling you that they're not following the system. So the pigs has been like, hey, watch out for these bad guys. These guys are bad. Making you believe so you're not going to become like them, so that you stick to their program. Is that essentially what it's saying? And then I've looked over Jordan, I have seen things are not what they seem. Now, I may be looking into this very uneducated way, but could this be talking about the whole current conflict in the Middle East? Because there's been tension there for, well, decades and decades and decades, certainly during this time. So is it kind of saying, hey, what you're being told isn't really what's happening? You haven't got the full picture. Whoa. What do you get for pretending the danger's not real? That's another very big one. I want to get straight back into this song, but let me very quickly say at this point, what do you get for pretending the danger is not real? There's a lot of people saying, hey, there's this problem that's happening in Europe. Or not so much US anymore. In Europe, hey, there's a big problem happening in Europe. And then you get the ones above saying, hey, no, there's nothing wrong with that. And then all the sheep are basically saying, yeah, you're horrible for saying that there's something wrong going on in Europe. Well, what do you get for pretending the danger's not real? I could really be looking into this very falsely, but I could be completely wrong. Please, once again, disagree with me if you think I'm wrong. I had to be very vague there. Woo! 4 minutes have gone already on this song. So far, unreal album. Unreal song. Maybe I need to be quiet for this part. Stone. Just like from Dogs dragged down by the stone. It's repeating that stone part. I can't think as to why it is. The synth sounds good here. God, Nick Mason on these drums. So unique. It's so unique. Every song changes into multiple different tones, tempos, styles. what scene we're meant to be in right now. Are you hearing the sheep in the back? Is this meant to be the slaughterhouse? Revolution? Oh, the pigs killed the sheep that's trying to stand up. Woo! Oh my god, this bass, listen to this thing. Oh my god! I love this. God! These drums! It's getting quieter. That is my favorite song on this album so far. That is the most satisfying guitar solo ever. 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 That drums. Oh my god, I couldn't even help myself but try and play along with him. Oh my god. Let's pause this song because it goes right back to the sheep. The sheep goes on with their daily lives. There's a lot to debrief on. There's a lot to debrief on. First of all, instrumentally. Bass. Dun 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 dun. That was just made me forcibly move. The guitar solo at the end, as I said, was so satisfying. But it's also in between how we just flick that damn string. I don't even know how to say it because I sound so uneducated on the guitar. But god damn, that is my favorite song by far on this album. But the drums and the synths, once again, this is a 10 out of 10 album, instrumentally and lyrically. I'm discovering that now. This final line, if you guys don't mind. First of all, after this whole prayer of him basically saying, you know, we're going to rise up, they break his neck, they kill him. The pigs kill him because they try to stand up. Have you heard the news? The dogs are dead. You better stay home and do as you're told. Get out of the road if you want to grow old. Who did I say the dogs were? Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, Andrew Tate. One almost got shot dead. One got shot dead. And the other one had charges against him which apparently have no substance. It seems very much that the people who are trying to speak up end up getting shot or forcefully imprisoned. Now, we don't know. Maybe I should not have said forcefully imprisoned. But something bad happens to them when they rise up. Agree or disagree with these people. This is what I'm making up from the whole thing. And I'm not saying if I agree or disagree with these people. But I'm just saying these are definitely the people that are described as dogs. The people who stand up, don't follow the pig's agenda. And they're the ones that have bad things happening to them. Imprisonment or death. Whoa. Let's move on to the next one, the final one, Pigs on the Wing, which I'm guessing is another interlude. And I'm guessing it's very similar to the first one. Let's get into that. What a song.
You know that I care. What happens to you? And I know that you care. For me too. So I don't feel alone on the way to the stone. Now that I've found somewhere safe to bury my bones.
I get it.
And any fool knows a dog needs a home. A shelter from pigs on the wing.
And that's it. That is Animals. We've been here for an hour listening to this song. And my word, it feels like 10 minutes. Sheep alone was 11 minutes. Oh my word. This is a heavy album to debrief on. Quickly, before I do a full debrief, Pigs on the Wing, I'm guessing, please correct me if I'm wrong once again, Roger feels like he's a dog, which he is. He kind of made his own path and made a band, went to music, did not go the traditional route, and he's trying to tell messages to the world in his songs. But is he sort of saying to bite into the pigs' regime a little bit, maybe? Like, don't make the pigs your enemy, so that you're not going to be alone, so that you can live sort of safe and sound. You're sheltered from the pigs trying to kill you because you're sort of buying into their agenda, but still keep the mannerisms of a dog. It could be that. Don't let the pigs know that you're a dog type thing. I could be looking at this really, really poorly. What a really interesting one, because the first one I thought was about a breakup. And if this could still be about a breakup, he could basically saying, like, please come back to me. But I'm kind of getting the idea that he's a dog. And to save yourself from being killed or imprisoned by these pigs, lie to them. Be, as he said a dog does, lie to them. Gain their trust and make it seem like you're on their side. Whoa. Time for a debrief. I'm going to come out and say that I think that this is Pink Floyd's best album. The Dark Side of the Moon is very, very, very good to listen to. And I think if you're listening on the radio, The Dark Side of the Moon is going to be played. None of these songs are getting played because they're 17 minutes long. You're not going to see a 17-minute long song on the radio. But if you want to listen to music, not have background music, Animals is the one to go to. My word, the messages that are told, that are given to you in dogs, pigs, and sheep. Whoa. Because in my mind, none of it's false. It's kind of objective. Dogs go their own route. And mavericks, they're mavericks, and they kind of try and build their own life away from the system. But in doing so, they kind of end up alone. They push everybody away to try and achieve what it is that they want to achieve. And they achieve it, but sacrifice everything else to get there. You don't really want to be a sheep, but you prefer to be a sheep. Sorry, you don't want to be a dog, but you prefer to be a dog than a sheep. Sorry for messing up my words there. Because sheep follow the system. They're too scared to challenge the system. And they're told that anybody who does challenge the system, the dogs, are evil. Inherently evil. And you should not follow them. And if you try and stand up, you're not going to be growing old, mate. You're going to be dead or in a prison. And you definitely don't want to be the pigs either. Because the pigs are corrupt, evil, and lie to you to get what they want, to fill their greedy mouths. Whoa! I hope I've caught that well. I hope I've caught the understanding of this well. Because my word, that is hard hitting. My favorite song on the album, Sheep, by a billion miles. By a billion miles. If I'm going to rank these songs, from bottom, there's 5 songs. Number 5, Pigs on the Wing 1. Number 4, Pigs on the Wing 2. Then 3 pigs, 2 dogs, 1 sheep. The vibe of Sheep instrumentally just gets me in this groove. I could play that in the gym, and I guarantee that that's going to hype me up in the gym. Dogs, guitar-wise, I prefer Sheep guitar-wise, but the more talented guitar is Dogs. David Gilmour put his heart and soul into those guitar pieces there. My word. I think the best instrument on this album is the guitar. Number 2 is the drums. Followed closely by the keyboard / synths and the bass. An absolute masterpiece of an album. Truly a masterpiece of an album. Oh my word. Lyrically and instrumentally, this is the best Pink Floyd album. Better than Dark Side of the Moon. I think I prefer this one. Because I'm very... Even though I said in my very first reaction to Dark Side of the Moon, I prefer instruments to lyrics. The lyrics on this make it a top album. And I didn't think that the lyrics would influence me so much, but it does. And forget lyrics, instrumentally does. I think I'm going all around the place, but my word, I hope you guys agree with what I've thought about the messages behind these songs. And even if you disagree with my personal views on them, hopefully you guys agree with the message I'm trying to find. If you disagree, as I said before, please drop it down in the comments. I'm going to be looking at all of them. If you want to grind into me, George, Grizzly, whatever you want to call me, you've got this so completely wrong. It's about XYZ. Please enlighten me. I am more than happy to listen to what you guys have to say. I am so happy I've started doing these. I am so happy I started reacting to these albums. I've been seeing them on my feed for ages, alongside with Led Zeppelin, alongside with The Who, Creedence Clearwater Revival, all of these reaction videos, but these are the ones, the Pink Floyd ones, that everybody seems to be flocking to. So then, what's the hype? Let me just get into this. I see the hype. I see the hype. Next album we're listening to is The Wall by Pink Floyd, which apparently has even more of a story than Animals, which is unbelievable to think about. Overall, 10 out of 10 album. 10 out of 10 album. I hope you guys like this video. I've thoroughly liked this video. I've loved this video. I've loved this album. Thank you guys so much for watching. At GrizzlyGames on TikTok, at GrizzlyGames on YouTube, and at GrizzlyGames_ on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Be the best person you could possibly be, and goodbye.